guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Shannan. Today I am doing a pregnancy Q&A. I asked over on my Instagram, which if you're not already following is just at ShannanLorraine. I will put it on the screen here somewhere. Yeah, if you're not already following me over there, I quite often ask what you'd like to see over on this channel, if there are any Q&As, etc. That's where I kind of get all my questions and things. So if you're not already following me and you would like to, make sure to head over there. But I asked over on my Instagram what you guys wanted to see me film, and one of the most requested videos was a pregnancy Q&A, so that's what we're doing today. I'm gonna get straight into it because I normally do the most waffly intros and talk for bloody ages, so let's just get into the questions. So I'm gonna keep these anonymous. I'm gonna keep these anonymous because I know sometimes people ask questions and don't necessarily want to have their name associated to it, etc. So these are all anonymous, but thank you so much if you have sent in a question. I really appreciate it. So the first one I've got is, how did you cope with worrying / if you did worry with any little pains or twinges? So that is a really good question, and if you guys have kind of been watching my videos throughout this journey, you'll know that I have had a few worries, and I didn't necessarily I did deal with them, but I definitely got worried, basically. I was very anxious throughout the pregnancy, and it was only really kind of nearer, you know, just as time's gone on, I feel a lot more confident, especially now he's kind of classed as full term, I think. But yeah, at the beginning, I definitely was worried, but I just spoke to people. I put stuff on my Instagram. I asked if things were normal. I spoke to my midwife. I did go into the hospital twice so far during my pregnancy. One because I had some bleeding, I'm not sure when, maybe around 14-15 weeks, and then I had some reduced movements a couple of weeks ago, which I also spoke about over on a pregnancy update. So yes, I have gone into hospital. I think there's absolutely no harm in just calling up if you're worried and getting things checked out, because literally it's not worth not finding out, just in case, you know. You have to listen to your body. If it does turn out that you're just, you know, over worrying, then that's fine, but at least you know. So yeah, I think my advice would just be to just talk to people, kind of find out hey, is this normal? Or I mean, everyone's got such different experiences anyway, but you can never be too safe, in my opinion. Another question is, if you guys saw my stories this week on Instagram, I had a bit of a drama with my birthing plan. Basically, I'd been told the whole way through that I was low risk and able to pretty much do what I wanted, and that we would just discuss my birthing plan at my 36-week appointment. My 36-week appointment ended up being a 37-week appointment, and that was with a completely different midwife to who I'd spoken to before, and she told me that I was actually high risk due to my high BMI at my booking appointment, and that I couldn't have a water birth. And yeah, I was very upset, basically, which you guys would have seen on Instagram if you follow me, so sorry about that, because I was not looking cute that day. But it was just a lot, you know, I know things can change in labour and stuff, but in terms of birthing plan to change at this last minute, it was a bit frustrating, but it is what it is. So in answer to your question, I have kind of spoken to them. I'm being referred to speak to someone who's in charge of the birth centre, but in actual fact this week Ollie and I have been doing a lot of talking, a lot of thinking, a lot of research, and potentially have a new plan in mind anyway. So I will update you guys as soon as I have you know, some more answers. But thank you so much for checking in. I know lots of you guys were really upset for me because it was just a bit crappy how they handled it, but it is what it is. Next question is, what helped with sickness? I found out I was pregnant on Monday. Oh my gosh, congratulations. Obviously, I'm not going to say who you are, but congratulations. That is so exciting. Do you know what? Being pregnant and talking about it on Instagram and stuff, the amount of people who have told me that they're pregnant in super early days is just so exciting. And I feel there's going to be such cute announcements coming. But yes, congratulations. With sickness, I would say, goodness me, I feel I almost need to go back and watch my early pregnancy updates, because when you're in that moment, when you're going through that time and you feel so sick, it is just the worst. It just feels like you're never gonna feel good again. I was so nauseous. I wasn't actually sick. I was only sick once, and that was just into my second trimester. But yes, I felt sick a lot. And I think, I mean, maybe this is just me, but I think eating make sure you keep eating is definitely something that helped me. Little and often, little snacks, whatever you feel like you can fancy. I kept very hydrated. It was during the summer, kind of hot months, when I was feeling this way, so I was eating a lot of like ice poles and like fruit and smoothies and things, just to make sure I was keeping like a lot of goodness in me with the smoothies. But it does pass. Honestly, everyone is so different. I didn't take any, like, I don't know if you can even take medication for sickness, I don't know, but I didn't. It did just pass. But yeah, I'm sorry I don't have any better advice, but just making sure your stomach doesn't get empty, I think, was the main thing for me. I think as soon as I got hungry, and like you don't get a lot of warning, or at least I didn't, I would be fine, then I'd be like, oh my god, I'm starving, and then I'd be like, oh my god, I feel really sick. So as long as you kind of keep snacking, keep grazing, you don't need to have massive big meals throughout the day, but just keep constantly having little bits. I think that's what really helped me. Was this the age you always wanted to be when you were pregnant? So basically I have been with Ollie since I was 16, so a long old time. And yeah, I mean, I always in my head, like when I was younger, I always thought, right, so I'll be like engaged at 22, married at 24 and kids at 26. So I guess, yeah, I'm getting the kids at 26 part, or at least one baby at 26. So yeah, I am on track for that. But in terms of, when we got engaged and married, like we only got married last year, so I was 25. So yeah, it wasn't like exactly to my time scale, but that was just literally something I used to say when I was like a teenager, just because I like even numbers, and I used to think 22, 24, 26, perfect. I honestly think, like, don't stress yourself with timelines and worrying about like, oh, I wanted to do this by this age, or oh, I'm not gonna get to where I wanted to be, or whatever. Like, life is so changeable, and it just happened that it fell on that time. But honestly, I didn't really even think about that until you've just said it. Like, it's just how it feels, you know, when the time is right. And yeah, so it is a good age. Like, I always wanted to be a fairly young mum, so in a way, I'm glad we started now, because we were considering waiting with the pandemic and everything like that. But yeah, my mum had me when she was like 36, 37. I think she turned 37 the day she had me. We had the same birthday. So she was always like an older mum compared to my friends. I think now, literally, like, people have babies whatever age, don't they? But for me, I just wanted to be like just a younger mum. But yeah, that's obviously just personal preference. Next question, what is one piece of advice you wish you had been told before pregnancy? I think I wish I knew how scary it can be. And that's not to say that I wish I went into it panicking or worrying about what was going to happen or anything like that. I just wish I knew that it was normal to have anxiety during pregnancy, because I think beforehand I used to see other people being pregnant and they would be like, it's the best thing ever, blah, 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 which it is. Like, I haven't hated pregnancy at all. I've actually really liked it. But the anxiety I had in the first few months, and just like constantly worrying that something was going to go wrong, and I don't know, just that side of it I never even considered. So yeah, it's not necessarily advice. I wish someone had said to me, like, it can be a little bit scary, but that's completely okay, and it will be okay, and just make sure you talk to someone, you know, like, just maybe that advice. But that's it probably. Any pregnancy must buys? Rennies. I bought bulk Rennies on Amazon, and that was a must buy for me. Obviously everyone is different. I had heartburn for pretty much all of my pregnancy, although I said to Ollie last night, it's been about 4 days since I've had heartburn. So, oh, and tummy pain. Ouchies. That's just normal, isn't it, during pregnancy? You guys can relate, I'm sure, if you're also in the same boat. But oh, it's painful, not painful, powerful. That's what hypnobirthing teaches you. But yes, pregnancy must buys. A pregnancy pillow was a really good one for me, because I had really bad back pain for like a good few months of pregnancy, and once I got the pregnancy pillow and I would sleep with it like between my legs, I'd like hug it, and it was like one of those big V ones, and have it between my legs as well. And I think just having something between my legs just kept my back like in a better position. It's always a motorbike every time I film. So yeah, that was a must buy. And this week, which is so late, like I would recommend doing this as early as possible, but this week Ollie and I bought the Positive Birth Company digital pack. We had kind of put off buying it because we were like, oh, it's okay, like we can find stuff out online and we don't need to spend that money. Like we were watching the pennies, etc. It is £40, I think £39 to download, but it has been life-changing, and I only downloaded it this week and already like my whole mindset has completely changed, and I just wish that we'd done it sooner. So that is also a must buy in my opinion if you are a little bit nervous about pregnancy, or just, it's just fascinating. Like just what it teaches you is so interesting. So obviously you don't have to, you can do what you want, but I really recommend that. Next question is, how early did you settle on the name? We have had this name for years, and as soon as we found out it was a boy, that was his name. So yeah, there was no like questioning it really. We just knew that was going to be his name. What's something, sorry, I just got a text and it completely threw me, God. What's one thing you miss most about being pregnant? I will miss my bump. There is something so magical about having a little bubba in your tummy and feeling them wriggle away and move and kick, and it can be uncomfortable, like geez, especially like the later through pregnancy. It feels like he is just shoving against my belly, like trying to get out. Like he's always up in my ribs, it's hard to breathe sometimes, but aside from that, it is just so special having a baby in there, and just I love how it feels. I love how I just feel amazing with a bump, so I'll miss that. Next question is, what is one thing you're really looking forward to doing when Buzz is born? This sounds really strange maybe, but I just like when this probably does sound really strange. When I get into bed at night, when I'm just dozing, for the last like week or so, I have pictured the same park, which is kind of near us, and I've just pictured just being there. It's got a big lake and a little ice cream van and like ducks, and I just picture us walking around there, pushing Buzz in his little pram, and yeah, and that's just been like my little happy place when I'm dozing off to sleep. And so it is just really like going for nice walks. I love being by the seaside, so I really hope lockdown lifts enough that we're allowed to like drive a bit to go for a walk or whatever, because our beaches are kind of like I think the nearest one's like 40 minutes, so I don't think that's really allowed right now, I'm not sure, but just they always have like such flat long paths along the seafront, and I just want to be pushing him along with Ollie and just looking down and seeing his little face and our gorgeous pram. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But just everything, the cuddles, like yeah, I don't know, it's daunting though, it is scary. Okay, so I'm looking a little bit different from the last clip. Basically, I was editing my video and I imported the last clip and it's just corrupt, and I've tried saving it. I've spent hours trying to save it and it's just not working. So I just thought I would just refilm the last bit. Luckily, I had actually screenshotted the questions that people had asked, and I'm rubbish at deleting stuff off my phone, so you bet they're still on there. So I think I had a few more left to answer. So I'm just gonna go through, carry on, ignore that I'm in a different outfit and stuff. I could have, you know, tried to pretend it was the same day, but you guys don't care, dear, so it's all good. I'm just gonna carry on from here. So the next question that there was how are you feeling about the birth? Now, probably actually in the time that I filmed the answer for this a few days ago and answering now, it's already completely changed. Like it's just mental to me how quickly things change in pregnancy and stuff. Like a few days ago, last week and stuff, I felt so nervous, and there are people who I speak to on Instagram and things who are a similar amount pregnant to me, or just people who've had babies, or just everyone in general is like, you must be so excited, bet you can't wait for baby to come, or bet you're doing everything you can to make him come now, and all of this. And I was like, I mean is it weird that I'm not? Like obviously I was excited for him to come, but I just wasn't ready yet. I just wanted a little while longer, and I'm not sure why that was or what's changed, but yesterday and today I'm feeling like if he starts to make an appearance now, I'm ready, which is such an exciting feeling, because I was starting to get a bit like scared, you know, like it's just the most weird and daunting thing to know that you've got to do that, you know? And obviously I'm excited to meet our baby at the end of it, but I just wanted him to just carry on cooking for a little bit longer, which I think is kind of how I answered when I answered before. But a few days on, I'm ready. Like, I'm still more than happy for him to take the time that he needs. I'm not, you know, like, I'm only 38 weeks and 5 days, I think. So, you know, I'm not late or anything like that at all. So yeah, he'll come when he's ready, and I'm just very excited. And obviously there's still nerves there, and I'm sure once things start happening, it will be, you know, you'll have to like contain it a bit, because I'm sure it'll feel a little bit scary, but it's yeah, I feel ready for it now. Next question is from Naomi. I will name and shame you because she's asking for his middle name, which I am not telling you right now, hun. She found out Buzz's first name by complete accident. Ollie just accidentally said it, and then, ugh, so annoying. But his middle name, staying quiet for a minute. Next question says, what symptoms did you have at first that made you think I'm pregnant? So if you've watched my, I think it's the pregnancy like reveal video and stuff, at the beginning I'm kind of, I'm sat there all a bit nervous because we don't know if we're pregnant or not yet, and I'm waiting to do a test, but I kind of talk about the reasons why I think I might be pregnant, and so the kind of symptoms I had were heartburn, feeling very sick, my nails grew really strong suddenly, like overnight, and they're normally rubbish. What else was there? I just felt different, like I just knew, like I know everyone is so different, but from my experience and how I felt, I find it so difficult to hear people say that they didn't know they were pregnant until like ages after, or it was a complete shock and things like that, because to me I just felt different, you know. But everyone is completely obviously different, so I think I probably did talk about it more in the pregnancy reveal video, so if you want to go and watch that, I'll link it below. Yeah, if you're new to this channel or whatever, I did actually film finding out that we're pregnant. I filmed our gender reveal, we filmed our wedding, we filmed all of these quite big things in our life. So feel free to have a little browse through my channel and, you know, catch up if you've not already. This question is, what is the worst part of being pregnant? And I think I touched on this with another question I answered already, but it's the like mental health side and just the anxiety, the death anxiety I experienced, the worry and all of that stuff. I think that would definitely be the worst part for me. Yeah, the aches and pains and things aren't fun, but they are what they are. It's just, for me, the thing that kind of affected me the most were the days and the weeks where I felt just really sad and I couldn't explain it. Yeah, that was the worst thing, but that kind of came and went fairly quickly in the grand scheme of pregnancy. But at the time, it's horrible feeling so sad about something you can literally do nothing about. Did you have a TTC journey, ovulation test, vitamins, etc.? We didn't. I was very, very lucky that the first month of trying, I fell pregnant. And yeah, I didn't take anything before. I was drinking a lot of smoothies and stuff like that, but no vitamins or anything like that. As soon as I got pregnant and like knew I was pregnant, I started taking pregnancy vitamins, which are super important in the first trimester, and no midwife or anything told me that. It's just kind of from my own research. It's good to take those, so yeah, I've been taking those throughout the pregnancy. I must say, near the end I've kind of got a bit more lax on them, but I do still take them a few times a week. So yeah, no kind of, nothing special beforehand. So yeah, sorry, I don't really know a lot about that side of things. What is the grossest thing about being pregnant? Oh, it's hard to say. Like, there's been nothing that's like super gross right now. Like, I feel like the things that are going to be gross are when I start going into labour, or like when it starts and there's like the plugs and the shows. They sound kind of gross, not gonna lie, but I've not experienced that just yet. And last thing is, labour story would be amazing once you're home and fully ready to. Absolutely, I will be doing a labour story. Fingers crossed it will be a titled positive birth story, because that's what I am really hoping for, aren't we all? But yeah, I really hope, and I'm really kind of in the mindset that things are gonna go well, my baby will come when he's ready, etc, etc. So hopefully it's all good. So sometime in the not so far future, I'll be sat here telling you about Oh, birth story, probably with a little baby Buzz in my arms maybe. So, oh, it's crazy. So that's the end of the questions. There were some more that I didn't get around to answering, but I feel like I've waffled on for so long already. So thank you so much if you did send in a question. Sorry if I didn't get to yours, but I will be doing more of this kind of thing again soon. So yeah, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for watching, for following along. If you haven't already subscribed, it would mean the world if you'd like to, and don't forget to leave a thumbs up because that really helps me out. So yeah, I think that's everything for this video, and I will see you very, very soon for another video. Thanks for watching. Bye!
We crossed over borders to get where we are, and it's all for you, it's all for you, it's all for you.